Hi everyone, it's me, Crafty, and welcome back to my witchcraft series. This video, I am just going to show you some of my cauldrons, and then I might have to do a part 2 because I want to discuss the care and maintenance of cast iron cauldrons and frying pans and that type of thing, because it's really important and not many people talk about it at all. Particularly, I don't know, various pagan sources and whatnot, you know, they always talk about how it's symbolic of the goddess and like the womb of the goddess and that type of thing, and that's cool, but it's also cast iron, and it also needs to be looked after and cared for, and if you aren't familiar with that, then you could end up with a very rusty cauldron, which is not good for you, right? The ones I have, I'll show you. I had a brass one, but I gave that one away, so that one's no longer here. This one I got at a flea market for like $5, and it has 3 short little legs. It's cast iron. I burn a lot of incense in there. I put a charcoal disc right inside and put the resin or loose incense in it, and it's good to go. The next one I bought is this big one here. I got this at an antique shop for $60. It was severely neglected, thoroughly rusted and whatnot. It was made in 1901, and it was made in the New England style or something. It's a New England something or other style cauldron pot, according to the folks at the antique store. And then I went to another antique store and they had an identical one, and they called it the same thing. I don't know what they called it, a New England clam chowder pot, I don't know. This is a Dutch oven I bought about 10 years ago in a hardware store, and when you first buy cast iron, it looks gray, and then over the course of time eventually it'll darken. Like right now it's getting this color. It's not black yet, but it's also not as old as the frying pans and whatnot, cauldrons and such. And then this one I got for about $10 or $15, I can't remember where, at Value Village of all places. And so when I saw it, I thought, well, I'm gonna get it. And it has the 2 little handles, one on either side. It's got some funky kind of like ribbing. I don't know what these ridges are for, but yeah, it's different. It's kind of pot-bellied. I saw another one like this that another lady owned, and hers had a lid. This one never came with a lid. This is just a little cast iron frying pan that I use for smudging the house and property and whatnot. I didn't clean it. It's really dirty, as you can see. I'll put the charcoal blocks in here, put whatever kind of incense, resin, whatever, and burn it in there. And then I always put it on a fireproof, heat-proof source so that you don't burn the table or whatever. I'm done. And this is the newest member of the Cauldron family. Just got this today, actually. My cousin Darcy was in town for the wedding, and we all went to Winners, and which is like a discount clothing household type store, and this was there. It was like $7.99. Came with a lid. I think it's cast iron, but it's been painted black, unfortunately. It's really cute. It's got really long legs, and a little pot belly. My son Dalton was calling it chubby, the chubby belly. It's cute. It's really sweet. This I won't use for burning things. I'm just not too sure with this darn paint on there. if it would peel or if it would have any kind of adverse effects with fumes and whatnot. And it's unfortunate because I see a lot of cauldrons being sold, you know, in various stores and whatnot, like pagan stores or whatnot, and they're new, like this is new, right? But they paint them black for the look, right? To look like a traditional witch's cauldron. And it kind of kills it, because if you're gonna use it for burning, or if you have anything in there, it could have some sort of reaction to the dye or the paint that they put on there, which is too bad. But yeah. And how do I know they painted this black? Because I don't know if you can see that. Do you see this thing right here? That's a big silver scrape on the pot, when the rest of it is black. And it goes around the edges, like they kind of mist in certain spots. So you could tell that it's been painted or whatever. What are we at? We're at 6 minutes here. Now, when you get cast iron, and say you go to an antique store or whatnot, I'll just move some of this stuff out of the way. Like with this one, it was really rusted badly, and had to scrape off all the rust. I used a electric drill, and I had a wire brush attachment to it. I mean, it's over 100 years old, and when I got this back, like in 95, 96, it was severely neglected and rusted really bad and whatnot. So it took a long time to get that rust off of there. And if you're gonna sand it down or have it, you know, work on getting that rust off, wear a mask, because you don't want to breathe in that rust dust, right? Once that was all done and smoothed it down and got that rust off, then I seasoned it. So what I done was I washed it, dried it with paper towel. You don't want to use your tea towels, otherwise you'll stain them. And then I poured maybe about 3 tablespoons of, I believe I used canola oil. I don't use olive oil when I season any of my cast iron. I'll use like canola oil or sunflower oil, something like that, like a mild type of vegetable oil, and pour it in the bottom. Then I use the paper towel and I just wiped that oil everywhere on the pot, like on the inside of the pot and whatnot. And I also done the outside because I didn't want it to rust. And once I done that, I put it on a cookie sheet upside down. So put it this way, and I cooked it in my oven at about 350 degrees for about an hour and a half. And then the excess oil just drips down onto your cookie sheet and whatnot. So what that does, it seasons your pot. And it protects it from rusting, makes it non-stick. You do the same thing with the frying pan as well. You season it in your oven and whatnot. I've heard of some people doing it on top of their stove. I haven't tried that method, so if you have tried it, let us know how it works. But yeah, it's really important to season your pots and to keep them oiled down so that they don't rust, and especially if you live in humid areas and whatnot. It's really important to take care of them. This one, like I said, it was made in 1901. It's now going into 2008. It's over 100 years old. And it still has a lot of life left. Like, it could definitely go on for another 100 years, not a problem. If you maintain them well and look after them, they will last more than one lifetime. So that's my little blurb on cast iron. I gotta call it quits here because I'm running out of time. So we'll see you guys on the flip side. Ciao.